So how do you distinguish between genuine leather and synthetics like vinyl or bonded leather? The first step is to test with some water to see if it is absorbed by the material or if it beads on the surface. So spritz some on, you can see this beads up and runs off. Now this is a synthetic vinyl. You can tell also by the fabric mesh backing. Here we've got a composite leather, and this is a very obvious piece because you can see where it has been rolled out onto a piece of man-made material. Bonded leathers, composite leathers, recycled reconstituted leathers are made with ground scrap leather that have been mixed with adhesive and rolled out on a synthetic. So they are technically a synthetic, and many of them often will peel and flake away, exposing the fabric substrate. If that's the case, you really just have to replace it. Now here's a genuine leather, and it, looks like the surface of the vinyl or the surface of the composite leather. If you can get to the backside, you'll see that it's a suede. It's got this beautiful fuzzy nap. You do have to be careful with some of those bonded leathers. They're tricky. They have a very deceiving faux suede or microfiber backing. And you would not want to use Rub and Restore products on a suede like this, because when you spray it with water, some of the water is rubbing off or rolling down, but you'll see that it is gradually absorbing. And if you put any sort of paint or dye or coating on a material that has a fuzzy nap, it's going to be like latex paint on carpet. We do not recommend Rub and Restore products for suede, nubuck, or any type of fabric. So on this coated leather surface, this is very much like what you would find on a lot of different types of shoe leather or in automobiles. And the water does bead on the surface and runs off and does not absorb or darken the leather when rubbed in. You can also try scratching these leathers with your nail, and they don't mark up very easily. And it gets a little more tricky when you're dealing with a more natural, unfinished leather. These are finished leathers. This is an aniline or a semi-aniline because it's got this unsightly oil stain from hair, and it scratches really easily. This one's kind of odd because the water does sort of bead up and run down the surface, but if you come to a rougher area that's more worn and you rub the water in, let it sit for 30 seconds or a minute, you'll see that it will darken that area a bit. Rub and Restore works on both the coated leathers, the pigmented top grain, corrected grain leathers, as well as the more natural aniline leathers. You just want to be sure that you never use our products on a fabric, and if you've got the peeling, flaking composite problem, go find yourself a nice piece like this in an alley or a garage sale and fix it up.